Hey everybody, Kevin E here for you, and I keep forgetting how bright that is. I need to turn on the brightness or something. Hey everybody, Kevin E here for you for another Lyoko episode review. This is going to be episode 7, titled Image Problem. So let's get into it. I like this shirt, huh? I really love this shirt. I remember as soon as I was on the Hot Topic, I just saw it. I was like, yo, give me that. I gotta buy it. I don't listen to the My Hero video, but I've been waiting to wear it. I've been waiting to make a video with it, so what's better chance than to do it on cold Lyoko. Anyway, as soon as it starts, just the intro and fix the other words. So as soon as this episode starts off, we're in the ice sector. And this is probably one of the other sectors I'll probably like to be in besides the desert zone, because like I said, the forest zone and the mountain zone are really just hallways, and it's just drop off. You can drop off anywhere. Desert sector is the same thing, but there are these giant patches of land where you can fight and run around, and that's pretty nice. And the ice sector too. There are some hallways. Alita and Yumi, it's only them two. They are on like this little hallway thing with the water, but at the same time, there are these giant patches of land that's ice that you can walk around in. Sorry if you get an airplane. That you can walk around in. So I would love to be in one of those sectors instead of the forest or the other zone. Anyway, they're just running down a hallway, and then instantly, boom, the tower's right there. But it's not glowing red, which is weird. Anyway, Yumi just goes, and Alita walks in the tower, floats up, and Jeremy's like, so, what's going on? Alita's like, hey, nothing's too out of the ordinary here. And Jeremy was like, didn't you set some pulsation and then something happened? So like, yes. I mean, no. I mean, I think, you know what? I don't really know if I did. I don't really know if I did on that. He was like, huh. Okay. Well then, and then you just hear Yumi scream in the distance, like hard. And then she gets devirtualized. And then Yumi just pops up in the scanner. And then Alita's like yelling for Jeremy, like, Jeremy, what's going on? Everything okay? And then it just cuts back to school. I found this scene funny because it's Odd and Oric just chilling next to the vending machine. Odd presses a button. We found out it's hot chocolate he wanted to get, so it starts to pour in the cup. And he picks it up and he sniffs it. He goes, oh, this tastes disgusting. I was like, you didn't even taste it. He literally just like sniffed it like 2 or 3 times. And he was like, yo, this tastes disgusting. This tastes disgusting. What's going on with the hot chocolate today? Usually really good. I don't know. I guess whoever voice acted this was like, yeah, he basically tasted it. I guess he tasted it. Just say, oh, this is disgusting. He basically tasted it. It smells like it smells like an old pair of sneakers. Anime Sissy comes up and, they're like, oh, here we go. It's Sissy. It's Sissy. Anyway, Sissy just asks Oric how's he. Yeah, Oric. He just asks Oric how's he doing. And hold on. She's like, oh my darling, how are you doing? Or it's like, I'm doing okay. And then I forgot how. What was it? I don't know. But that's since he was like, oh, Oregon, my darling, how you doing? Like, finally, your darling Yumi, or not your darling, that your precious Yumi has finally left you alone. No, I can step in. And then I was like, yeah, left you alone, just like your brain did. They start laughing, and then she goes to the vending machine, and then Jeremy calls Oric. And then he says, I recommend the hot chocolate. And so she just looks at him. I thought she was actually going to press the hot chocolate for a second. I was like, there's no way she's going to press that, because she just made fun of her. Sorry, I'm moving the camera a lot. I was like, you just made fun of her. But then it just cuts to Jeremy, Odd, and Oric. Well, Odd and Oric are carrying Yumi to the infirmary, and they lay her down on the bed in the nurse's room, basically, yeah. And Jeremy, he's just like, okay, steady. Well, you're not even doing, you're not even doing anything. What in the world? She asked what happened, and basically all they said is she got a big woozy during recess. Then what was it? Jeremy, Odd, and Oric in the 7th grade. Yumi's in the 8th. I didn't have recess in those schools. I didn't have recess in those grades. And she believes that. I mean, I guess they have recess. I mean, that's cool. Recess was dope back in the day. But, 7th, 8th grade, recess was done. We did not have recess at all. So I don't know what they're talking about. And then all is like, yeah, it's too much homework. The teachers are giving us too much homework. They're like, okay, get out now. and they just stand there. They don't say anything, but they basically, they're like, this our friend Yumi. We want to say, see how's he doing, but they don't say that. They're just staring at her. And then she's like, no, go get, now get out of here. And they walk out. And legit, 2 seconds later, just 2 seconds later, Yumi wakes up. And she's like, oh, Yumi, you're awake. Okay, let's take it easy. And then Yumi just gets up. She's like, no, lay back down. And then she just grabs Dorothy's arm. That's the nurse's name, Dorothy. Grabs her arm, and then she just screams. And then the scene cuts to Jeremy, Ark, and Odd chilling outside the cafeteria. And they're trying to figure out what happened. They were like, Ark's like, did she get hit by like a laser, or was it like a mega tank like hiding somewhere? Jeremy's like, nah, I would have seen it on the scanner, but it's kind of odd because she had all her life points when she devirtualized and came up in the scanner, and she was passed out. Normally, the scanner trip is okie dokie, and Odd is like, you know what? Maybe you should try one of these days. It's not as okie dokie as you think. I was like, yeah, okay, I can see that because sometimes I understand it for some situations, but not all of them. When I passed out, because sometimes Odd, later on in the seasons, I think around season 5, something happens to where Odd gets crushed and devirtualized, and then when he pops up in the scanner, he's like, whoa, like he does that sometimes when he gets shot by a laser. But when he got crushed that one time, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But getting shot by a laser, sometimes Odd comes back in the real world out of the scanner. He's like breathing real hard. I'm like, man, I guess that really hit him. I guess that laser really got to him that time. I think it was only Odd and Yumi that ever like came out the scanner like breathing, like huffing and puffing. I never really seen Org do that before. Anyway, they see Yumi out in the open. They're like, Yumi, you alright? And she just looks at him, tries to walk away, and Org's like, hey, are you okay? Yumi's like, yeah, I'm just tired. You know what? Let's go to the factory. I'm like, no, there ain't no reason to go to the factory. And especially not in your condition. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, there's more important things to do, like eating. And Yumi doesn't say anything, just walks past Odd. I was like walking with her. He's like, I don't know. Let me tell you. This is his face. He's like, I don't know. Yumi just looked so fed up with Odd. And I was like, oh, what's going on here? Here it is. He's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Ulrich asks, how is Alita? Is she safe? He's like, yeah, I told her to stay. Jeremy's like, yeah, I told her to stay in the tower. Alita don't listen. We cut to her and she's looking at a little screen, but it's just a bunch of numbers. It's like, look, that's all it is. It's a bunch of numbers. And then she just deactivates the screen and she's like, you know what? I need to go check some stuff out. I'm like, you don't listen. And then the camera just pans out and we see like this big, like orange reddish orb on top of some ice, like a pillar, like a huge round pillar of ice. It's this huge round orb that's red and orange. And it cuts back to the cafeteria. This cafeteria, I never noticed. Like every time it shows the building, this cafeteria is huge. Like every cafeteria I had, elementary, middle, and high school. I haven't been to my college one yet because COVID. They don't do cafeterias anymore. But every cafeteria, it's pretty decently big. Like it's pretty huge. But this one, it's this giant, like long building that's pretty wide too. Like they got it stacked up. They got it stacked up. In this cafeteria. And they're having spaghetti and meatballs. It don't look too bad either for this animation. It looks really tasty. Yeah. So they're starting to ask Yumi, like, what happened on Lyoko? You really don't remember anything? She's like, nah, I can't remember. And then Odd says, maybe it's a new tactic for Xana. He's like, nah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, Odd is like, maybe it's a new tactic that Xana's trying out. Jeremy's like, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, these scanners aren't like a health problem for you guys. Like, because, you guys go in these like every day in and out. Hopefully, he doesn't say this word by word, but, hopefully it's not like no radiation or like nothing, hopefully it's not causing any health problems. Anyway, Cece walks up and asks Ori out for a date. Makes a joke. And then Ori goes, after Cece asks him out on a date, Ori just goes like this, very tempting, but not. He just says that so loud. Everybody starts laughing. And Sissy, I kind of hit her. She was like, you know what? You're only cracking these jokes because Yumi's here. And then Yumi goes, no, that's not true. Go over. Come on, go ahead. She's pretty, ain't she? Everybody like, what? She was like, you're not joking with me, are you? And Yumi just looks at her. She's like, okay, I'll see you later tonight, alright? And he's like, what's the big idea? What are you trying to pull? I'm not trying to pull anything. She's pretty. Go ahead, go out with her. And then out of nowhere, you just see the president, not the president, the principal's, you see the principal's hand, boom. And then he's like, Yumi Yashiyama. I think, yeah, no, I'm saying that wrong. I'm saying that all wrong. Let me see. The subtitles should come out real quick. I know it's why. I know stuff about why. Yusi Yashiyama? Ishiyama? No. Yeah, Ishiyama. Miss Ishiyama. Yeah, it's Ishiyama, not Yashiyama. I'm so dumb. It's Yashiyama. Come to my office right away. Then the title card, and then it shows Alita again, not listening, like always. And she sees the red orb thing, and she was like, what the? Is that a guardian? And then she starts to run up the little pathway, like a spiral pathway up to where it is. But then we see some roguesters, and they start shooting at her. And then it cuts to Yumi. I mean, it cuts to Auric Odd and Yumi, Auric Odd and Jeremy outside the cafeteria, thinking like maybe she had like a serious shock when she came out. I don't know why she would kind of do that for any reason. Then Herb and Nicholas comes up and tries to jump my boy Auric, because Herb is like this, skinny old Herb. He ain't doing nothing. I mean, Nicholas, he got some muscle to him. He can maybe do something, but they can't take all three of them on. Like, come on now. He's like, what's the big idea you asking Sissy? I'm like, you're not even dating her. You need to calm down real quick. So everyone's like, look, if you want an explanation, go ask Sissy. Don't come over here. We have a whole problems going on right now. And they just look at each other, and then they're like, okay. And they just walk off. They don't say okay, but then they walk off. And then we cut back to the principal's office with Yumi, and the principal yelling at Yumi about how, Dorothy is still very, they don't say what she did, but I'm pretty sure she hit her. But Dorothy is really upset about what you did to her. Like, that's not that credible. That's not gonna be tolerated at my school. You got 2 hours you got 2 hours detention. Go now. And Yumi just stands there. And then he says, is everything alright, Yumi? Something bothering you? She looks and then looks away. And then he was like, if something's bothering you, you can tell me. That's part of my job. Make sure, you're okay. And she doesn't say anything. And then he's like, if this attitude keeps up, I'm going to have to tell your parents. And she's like, no, not my parents. I don't like your tone, Miss Ishiyama. And he reaches for the phone. And then she grabs it. And he was like, let go of me. And then you see like a Xana symbol like pop up on her head. Because she's like, ah. And then she raises the phone up and just hits him. And you hear the tone dial. And he just passed out on the ground with his glasses like this. With his glasses like this. I'm like, bruh. She hit him hard. Like, my goodness, look at this. He is laid out on the ground. My goodness gracious. He is laid out, a grown man. Yumi got those hits, man. Yumi walks out of the principal's office in this gym. And Jim is like really happy. He's like, hey, Yumi, what's up? And then Yumi just walks past him without saying anything, not even looking at him. And he's like, hey, like, whatever, okay. I don't, I don't see a problem. And then we cut back to Jerry talking to our leader, and she's talking about what just happened, about how as soon as I got close to that orb thing, they started shooting at me. I told you to stay in the tower. I'm sorry. You're not mad at me, are you? No, this is valuable information. Thank you for, disobeying me, but still, stay in the tower. Still, stay in the tower. She says she want to go back and look. He's like, no. I'll send Odd and Auric to help you with backup. But she was, and then we don't know what happened to Yumi with this orb thing. The same thing could happen. Sorry, something good. Oh my goodness. Something got in my eye. She was like, we don't know what happened with this orb thing. We don't know what happened to Yumi. The same thing could happen to Odd and Auric, your friends. That can't happen. Then Jeremy like, okay, just be safe. Be very careful when you go back up there. And Ali's like, okay. And then it cuts because somebody just opens the door and it's Yumi. And Yumi's like, we gotta go to the scanner room. Let's go to the factory. And he's like, where you been? No, 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 no. There's no reason to go, and you gotta rest. You gotta rest up. She was like, we gotta go to the scanner room. Jeremy's like, no, move. And then she takes off his glasses, and she was like, hey, we gotta go to the scanner room. And Jeremy's like, what are you doing? And then she like gets closer. Like she tries to kiss Jeremy. Like she gets closer and closer. And Jeremy's like, oh hey, go take a shower. Go take a really cold shower. Just go. And while they're getting closer and closer, the door opens and it's I was gonna say Yumi, it's Orig and Odd. And obviously Orig, he runs out in a fit because Yumi and Orig been flirting and stuff. And then Jeremy goes after him and Odd looks at Yumi. He's like, bravo. Yumi's looking at him like, I don't care. I really don't care. Excuse me, I burped. We cut back to Alita, and she's running up the tower again, like, trying to sneak around, and the roguesters are still shooting at her. And we just cut back to their science class where they're just talking about insects. There was a little scene where Jeremy's sitting by himself this time, up in the front instead of the back with Odd and Auric. And Jeremy turns around, and all the Auric are sitting there, only Odd sees him, and he's like, he starts to take his tongue out. And then it cuts to the doorway and the bell rings. All the kids are coming out. Usually after like 2 or 3 kids, you see the main cast. It took a minute to come out. It took a good minute to come out this time. It's like get like a ton of kids just walking out for like a full on minute, had two half a minutes. Then you finally see Oric and Odd, and then Jeremy like, hey, something you gotta listen to me. And he's like, I don't want to listen to you. Like just stay away from me. Something happened to Yumi. I don't know what, but she's clearly traumatized. And as soon as he said traumatized, Oric's like, huh. You know what? Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe just Xana. I was like, that was pretty quick. As soon as he said she's probably traumatized, he changed her tune. I mean, he changed his tune. He changed his tune. Anyway, we cut back to Alita, and she's sneaking around this one roadster to the Guardian bubble thing, and she sees inside of it, and she's like, oh, no. And then the roadster turns around. Like the roadster just walks up to the Guardian. Then it turns around and looks at Alita and shoots at her. And she dodges it, but it hits the ground. I don't know how, but it like shot a laser and hit the ground so hard, it propelled her forward. And she was like, oh! I was like, what? They ain't never been that powerful. Like, what in the world? Look at this. They ain't never been that powerful. Oh! That was a lot faster than I thought. But you saw that, right? Like, like she went flying. Oh, like the roadsters are not that powerful. What in the world? Anyway, Odd, Orc, and I want to say Yumi. Odd, Orc, and Jeremy go to his room. Go to Jeremy's room. They're trying to figure out what's going on with Yumi. And then when they walk in, his computer setup is just trash. The computer's on the ground, wires everywhere, boxes are everywhere. Like, look at this, man. Like, this happened to my room, I'll be Superman. Like, look at this. Everything is just trashed. The desk is broken, computers on the ground, broken in half, boxes are everywhere. And they're like, what in the world happened here? Who could have done this? Oh, yeah, they do make a point. Jeremy's like, oh, I could have sworn I locked my door, but I didn't. Anyway, I think Odd or he brings up, you think Sissy would do this? Jeremy's like, why would Sissy want to do all this? I don't know, maybe Xana is trying to do something to us so we can get distracted. Something's going on Lyoko with Yumi and, Alita. And then they're like, who was the last one out of this room? And then Oric thinks, with Yumi the last one out of the room. He's like, no, this can't be. Xana has something to do with it. It has to be Xana. What about Alita? She's all on Lyoko, and we can't contact her. And then Yumi just pops up. So we going to Lyoko? And then this scene, it's just like, Odd looks at Jeremy. Jeremy looks at Yumi. Yumi looks at Oric. Oric looks at Jeremy. Odd looks at Oric. Back at Yumi. Like, they're just like a staring contest. Like, I mean, not a staring contest, but you're looking at each other like, okay, something's on the up and up. Something's on the up and up, fellas. Something's going on. And when they get to the factory, he starts to scan them. And then right before the door is closing for Yumi, she grabs the door and is able to like pry the doors right back open and she gets out. And then when they get on Lyoko, they're like, where's Yumi? She's not with you guys? What's going on? And then it cuts to Alita, and she's running away from two roadsters. And she walks up on Oric and Odd, and they take him out easily. Odd, he just lays the arrows, instant shot, headshot. That's my boy. Oric, he uses his sword. Oh, I forget. I only got one sword. He uses his sword, it's the best I can get right now, and he deflects a laser, and it hits the roadster back, and then boom, that's it. Gotta hit my hand. And then, what was it? Oh yeah, Alita's like, yo, we gotta go get Yumi. What do you mean go get Yumi? Yumi's like, no. The real Yumi, the one that's in the Guardian over there, that's the real Yumi. So this whole time, the Yumi on Earth has been a clone. Yo, I have no. Obviously, I watched the episode already, so I gotta. Then I get up here and talk. I don't want to spoil it just in case someone. I mean, this is like 10 plus years old. But just so no, I didn't want to say it until it got to the point. I kept messing up. I almost kept saying the fake Yumi, but it's a fake Yumi on Lyoko. I mean, it's a fake Yumi on Earth. And the very next scene, you hear Lita goes, Jeremy, whatever you do, don't get near Yumi. You hear me? Jeremy. And it pans out, and Jeremy took off the earpiece. And you see just blasting through it. Jeremy presses the button, and he's going down. Like he can't hear Alita's voice booming through the earpiece. And Yumi, she rips out all the wires out of one scanner. And then, Jeremy sees this. He's like, Yumi, what in the world? And then she drops him, and she just goes, oh my goodness. And Jeremy walks over and looks at the wires instead of her. I'm like, okay, you should probably guess. A regular human can't pull out these gigantic tonka wires. Like, look how big these jokers are. Okay, they don't look big in this screen, but okay. They don't look too big. Okay, in some perspectives, they look pretty big. But, these are some pretty big wires. I don't think a human, or maybe The Rock, but I don't think like a size Yumi could do that. Like, you should think. And if you do think Yumi's in like hurting or something, why would you check on the wires and not Yumi? I just don't get what's going on right now, man. And then Yumi just, boom, punches him and knocks him out. Anyway, they're able to take out the roadsters. Odd, he takes the one out. And then Oric, he deflects the laser like last time to take it out. But this time, he deflects it off of an iceberg. Well, not iceberg, off of like a piece of ice. And then it hits the roadster and it destroys it. And then they're like, yeah, this is a Guardian. It's like it's a prison made to hold a Pacific person. I'm like, doesn't really sound like a Guardian, but okay. Anyway, Oric tries to slash it, but it doesn't work. It just electrocutes him and boom. It just takes off. Not take off, but he takes the sword. He's like, I can't destroy my weapons. Then Alita goes, you know what? I think I can make a fake Yumi to make the Guardian think it made a mistake. That's what she does. She sits down, does the and then she makes a fake Yumi. The Guardian thinks he made a mistake, licks out the real Yumi, puts in the fake Yumi that Alita made. Then Yumi wakes up and she's like, hey, Yumi, you okay? You good? And then they go, you know what? We need to get back to the real world. He's all alone with the other one. I don't know why they're being so conspicuous with the other one. Yumi's like the other, what's going on? What's happening? The other you. The odd goes the other you. And Yumi's like, what? Like, what in the world? It comes back to the fake Yumi pulling out some wires out of the second scanner. But I guess these are a bit tougher. And like you see her sweating. You see the Xana symbol pulsating on her head. And she's like, trying to pull these wires out. Anyway, Oric says he'll go back to Earth and fight the fake Yumi. Yumi's like, no. I got way less life points than you guys. And I got to settle the score with myself. Oric's like, okay, but how are you going to get back to Lyoko? How are you going to get back to Earth? There's no, you got to devirtualize yourself. Yumi goes, you're armed, aren't you? And looks down. And Oric just sees his sword. He's like, okay. She gets devirtualized and she goes back. We don't actually see her. I'm pretty sure he's like, okay. Just slice her right down the middle and boom, she's done. Anyway, the exact same scanner she was pulling the wires out, that's the scanner Yumi comes out of. And she just, she says, this is an alright, cool line, I guess. She says, you know what? You look like me when I'm having a bad day. And they fight, and Yumi's able to take her on a little bit, but it's when they fight, they do like a blinking effect for some reason. Like Yumi like rushes in with a punch, and the other Yumi like blocks or like comes in with a kick. Every time they fight, the screen it does a blinking effect. Like that's not really good. Like that, like a blinking effect. Like you doing this with your eyes. I don't know why. And then like a ton of black lines. I'm like, what in the world is going? Like you guys, like are you guys not allowed to like show people fighting? So you gotta like do this so it can be censored a little bit. Like I don't know what is going on here. I was so confused. What in the world? And then it cuts, and Odd and Oric have to fight two more Roadsters while they're there. I mean, yeah, two more Roadsters at the activated tower, so the other Yumi can deactivate or like die or whatever. Anyway, Odd he does a few backflips and he shoots one Roadster, but another one shoots him, and he sorry. He does a couple flips and he shoots a Roadster and it dies, and another one shoots him and he falls, and then Oric blocks it and kills it. And then he goes, "How many life points I got left, Odd?" She's like, "I don't know, maybe about 10." I'm like, this whole time we have not seen Oric get hit once, not once. But okay, it's whatever. Then it cuts back to Yumi fighting her. There was a moment where Jeremy, he finally wakes up from the punch and he sees the other Yumi finna punch Yumi, so he pushes the fake Yumi. I'm glad he made the right choice down this like giant hole, because there was like this like a sewer cap. The fake Yumi pulled up and the other Yumi punched. It blew her back, and then Jeremy pushes the fake Yumi down the hole where she took the cap off, and then it cuts back to Lyoko, and then I'm like, these Roxers, bro, I don't know why they think they're a threat. You can just kick them, because this man Oric literally had to go triplicate, had one clone die, and then he slashes it, and then he was able to go into the tower. I'm like, you had to do all that for one little Roadster? That's so tiny. I didn't think you could really. They were like that. I didn't think they were like. I did not think they were like that. But I guess they are. Okay. I guess they're pretty like that. Anyway, the fake Yumi is able to climb back up the tube, grabs Jeremy, holds him up, and just throws him down the thing. He's like, oh! But, right before he dies, he does Lyoko and is back in time. And this whole time, real Yumi is like crawling to her because she got hurt pretty badly. I'm like, okay, this is the Ex Machina, because usually, most of the time, not even usually. Oh, that's right, I forget. Fun fact: this is the first episode where everybody's in Lyoko, Odd, Yumi, and Oric. Usually, it's only two of them or one of them. This is the first episode. I'm glad I caught that. I've been thinking about that this whole time. This is the first episode where they're all finally on Lyoko together. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, usually, after she deactivates a tower, Jeremy has to click a button and goes, okay, time to go back in time. Boom, clicks a button. This time it just automatically does it. There was an episode in the future. It hasn't happened yet. It's in the future where he goes, I timed it. Oh, I connected Alita doing Lyoko with the back in time thing. So now I don't have to click a button. It just happens automatically. That happens in the future. He hasn't done that yet. So this is an Ex Machina for Jeremy. Whoo, really close. Really, really clucks. They give me clucks. Lyoko, and then it comes back to everybody in the room, laughing about this whole situation. Then they mention that, this proves one thing and one thing only. Materialization of digital form is actually possible now. So now Xana gives us hope. So now Jeremy's like, okay, yeah, I'm a friend. I'm working on this materialization program like crazy. I'm like, but you already know it works though. Like, you didn't need this episode. Like, if this episode came before the episode Yumi fell in the digital sea, okay, that makes sense. But this came after, to where Yumi became fully digitalized, just like Alita. And then he did the program that Odd did by accident, and it worked. So they already knew it worked. He just had to find out how to do it again. That this really, I think they messed up the episode. They should have had this episode before that, and then maybe have the episode where you become digitalized, maybe like, I don't know, episode after, or like a few episodes after. They should have moved this episode back a few episodes. They really should have. And before the episode ends, it's a fun little gag to where they joke about how Jeremy's like, I could have told that the Yumi was fake that Xana sent us, because As soon as he started flirting with me, you know, the real me never flirted with me. So, oh yeah, how do you know I'm the real Yumi? And takes off Jeremy glasses, and he's like, whoa, what are you doing? And Aura gets up, he's like, okay, had enough of that. Had enough of that for one day. They're like, what's the matter? You jealous? And they all start laughing, and it just cuts the Aura's face like, okay, real funny. And then the episode just ends. He doesn't say real funny, but you know, you're like, okay. That's in an episode. But yeah, overall, really good episode. I liked it. Nothing real bad about it. But yeah. Okay. So like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all out there for being wonderful and beautiful and handsome human beings. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Sorry, this episode is gonna come out. Episode review is gonna come up a bit late. I woke up a bit late. I actually woke up pretty early, but I had a lot of stuff to do. Then I woke up late. Too true. All right. I'll see you guys next time.